I was watching the Arena Masters 4 group stage the past weekend, and I couldn't help but notice that most players are using the CBR4. Players who anchor for their team use the Holger or the SKS. But I'm sure some of the ARs in this list can pull off the job if you're a flex player. The DRH is probably one of the most loved ARs among content creators and players in the game. It recently got a buff and it is now quite a viable weapon because of its consistent 3-shot kill on short to medium range and potential 3-shot on longer ranges. Thanks to its signature attachment, which is the OTM mag, you can go with a 25 or a 30 round version that will give you different downsides while having the same benefit. Take your time to hit your shots because its slow fire rate means that missed shots can be more punishing compared to a weapon with a faster fire rate. The overall mobility of the DRH is on the slower side, which makes it a bit hard to use on CQC, especially if you're going against an enemy that's using an SMG. But as long as you can hit your shots, don't worry. DRH will be a good choice if you want to try something new without putting yourself at a disadvantage. At the number 4 spot, we have the HVK30. I personally love this weapon that I recommend it to people as a high skill, high reward weapon. It only has 29 bullets, not a fast fire rate, not a regular recoil pattern, but can be a dominant weapon in the right hands. The interesting thing about the HVK30 is how broken it could potentially be, and let me show you with this graph. Don't hesitate to use it if you're confident enough to hit those headshots because it potentially has one of the fastest time to kill in the game. Just keep in mind that it has a small magazine size, which makes it a bit similar with the DRH, but it has a faster fire rate, which makes it less punishing if you've missed some of your shots. The overall mobility is surprisingly fast, especially looking at the damage profile, and you can adjust the build you use depending on how you like it for your playstyle however you want. Here are the 2 gunsmiths for the HVK30. I don't know if I already mentioned this weapon in the past, but the M16 is one of the best passive weapons right now. With a 4-shot kill up to 40 meters, fast fire rate, huge mag size, and an easy to control recoil makes this gun the better choice if you don't like small mag sized weapons, so you won't have to worry about missing some of your shots. The overall mobility of the M16 is slow, and you'll be limited with the attachments to choose from because of the wildfire perk, and you'll have to use a red dot optic if you don't have a good blueprint on it. We all know that the M16 iron sights are bad. Here are the recommended builds for the M16 if you want to give it a try. It's getting hard to talk about a well-known weapon when it has been in the meta for a whole year. Yes, a whole year. It has a huge mag size, consistent 4-shot kill even on longer ranges, and easy to control recoil while only having a slight slow mobility as a downside. You can also fully customize it however you want depending on your playstyle, so it doesn't matter if you're an aggressive, passive, or flexible player. Here are my recommended builds for the Kilo 141. If it's good everywhere, then why isn't it on the number 1 spot? Why is the Kilo 141 still number 2? As expected, the Krig 6 is on top of this list. Like I said before, it's a Kilo 141 with a better 3-shot potential. Of course, it isn't exactly a Kilo. It has one of the worst iron sights in the game. It has bullet velocity and a weird recoil pattern, which makes it a bit hard to use for new players. But what makes this gun number 1 is because of the well-known 3-shot kill potential, fast fire rate, large mag size, and its overall fast mobility because of the build, which makes it easier to use at any range compared to the Kilo 141, where it may struggle a bit when going against SMG users in close range fights. If you take your time to learn and master its bullet velocity and recoil pattern, then I highly recommend you use the Krig 6, especially if you're a flexible player, because it can definitely compete with any gun at any range in the right hands. Here are my recommended builds for the Krig 6. What do you think about the top 5 ARs for this season? Did I miss anything? Let me know down in the comments below. If you still haven't reached Legendary by now, you might be making some silly mistakes. Watch this video to learn more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.